Chapter 3, page 4. Summarizing the difference between consumers and business-to-business buying discussed so far. Organizational buying involves more buyers, more decision makers or contributors to portions of the decisions. Committees, the buying center, are involved with professionals in each discipline, stakeholders, making decisions that are driven by their particular needs. Different types of decisions are often occurring simultaneously in the process, spread throughout the buying organization. Next topic, organizational buyer's decision process, a stepwise model. Exhibit 3.2 shows the business buyer's decision process as it is usually presented. We believe this model can be misleading. Let us discuss what is important to understand about the buying decision process before examining some of the potentially misleading elements. Intricacies of the buying decision process. Successful business marketers understand the buying processes of their customers and work with these processes to provide value to customers and win their business. Several key concepts lead to successful interaction with customers' decision processes. Individual roles and personal needs. Several people in the buying center are involved in any stage or step of the process. Each of them has individual needs related to his role in the buying center. Each of them has personal needs as well. Included in these personal needs will be needs related to the political interactions within the buying center. As occurs in most group interactions, the group will have power relationships among the members of the group. Individuals will want to maintain or alter these relationships, and the buying decision may become the focal point of political relationships or tensions of individuals. If individuals try to maintain the power relationships within the group, the process might play out with very little contention. On the other hand, the process may become very contentious if individuals are trying to change relationships or improve their power position within the organization. The buying process is simultaneous, not sequential. The buying decision processes only loosely as a stepwise process. Exhibit 3.2 steps in the buying decision process. 1. Problem recognition. 2. General need description. 3. Product specification. 4. Supplier source search. 5. Proposal solicitation. 6. Selection. 7. Make the transaction routine. 8. Evaluate performance. In the previous example of organization, purchasing new fabrication equipment, many members of the buying center are simultaneously involved in the decision, particularly in new task situations, which is explained later in the chapter. A grouping of the steps into stages better represents the process. The steps within each stage may overlap, occur simultaneously, recycle, and/or change their character in midstream. Relationships and loyalty. The quality of the relationships between organizations and individuals of the organizations is a key influence. If the buying center members have confidence in a supplier and the supplier's representatives, and if the supplier has an ongoing consultative relationship with the buying center's members, The buying center tends to use the supplier's information, take advice from the supplier, and buy its products. A key factor affecting the degree of influence exerted by the relationship is the track record of previous successes and the loyalty those successes have created between the participants. Three kinds of needs. The members of the buying center try to meet three kinds of needs as they participate in the buying decision process. The first type of need is the organization's needs for benefits from the product or service once it is finally purchased and used. The second type of need is the buying center individual's need stemming from his role in the buying center. The third type of need is the buying center member's personal need. These three kinds of needs are explained as follows. Organization's needs for benefits from the product or service once it is finally purchased and used. This need usually includes the technical specifications, performance requirements, and other elements, quantitative and qualitative, of the total offering that ensure both an immediate success and sustain long-term objectives. Individuals' needs stemming from his role in the buying center. Each professional is expected to perform the functions of his job in a way that supports the organization's needs. This may be obtaining the best designed component part, the most favorable contract terms, the highest quality materials, and so on. The buying center members' personal needs. The buying center members' personal needs, often overlooked. An individual's personal needs for career success, recognition, and quality of life factors will influence his decision. Cluster of stakeholders' value. All of this adds up to the fact that a supplier's successful offering is really a cluster of values, each aimed at individuals in the buying center at given points in the process. The core product or service is only part of this cluster and really does not directly meet the organization's need after the product has been purchased and put into use. Needless to say, this makes business-to-business offerings very complex. Another topic is organizational buyers' decision process, a process flow model. Based on the previous discussion, the stepwise model can present some problems. Recognizing the value of the relationship in the decision process, and that the value offering is a cluster of values, we prefer a model that moves through a series of clustered stages. The formal step-by-step process implies a beginning and an end to each step, as well as the notion that each step must be completed before starting the next. For simple, familiar, or low involvement decisions, this may be the case. Our experience of how buying decisions are really made, particularly for new task purchases, strongly suggests a process flow with significant overlap in feedback loops and without borders between steps. We have presented the flow as a series of stages because even in the most free-form decision process situations, there generally are milestones or transitions that occur between stages. Within the stages, actions generally include the previously discussed steps, but they flow in a loose progression from start to transition point and then on to the next stage. Exhibit 3.3 shows the buying decision process as a process flow model rather than as a step model, as was shown in Exhibit 3.2. It also shows the correlation between the two models.